The Philippines is a country of stunning beauty. It has wonderful beaches and warm, friendly people. Many tourists come to see its wonders. But behind this beauty, there is another story. It is a story of deep poverty. Millions of Filipino families live in very poor conditions. They face hardship every single day of their lives. Their struggle is often quiet, hidden from view. But it is a reality that cannot be ignored. We must open our eyes to their situation. Imagine living in a crowded slum. Houses are built from scraps of wood, plastic, and metal. These homes offer little protection from storms. Sometimes there is no clean running water. Electricity is a luxury that many cannot afford. Children play in narrow, muddy alleys. These alleys are often filled with garbage. This is the environment where they grow up. This is the only home they know. It is a difficult place to build a future. Finding enough food is a constant worry for these families. Getting a steady job is incredibly hard. Many parents work long hours for very little pay. They worry about their children's health and education. They dream of a better life for them, a life with more opportunities, a life without constant hunger. But breaking free from poverty is a difficult climb. It feels like an endless cycle for many. This daily battle for survival is often unseen. It is not in the tourist brochures, but it is a significant part of Filipino society. These communities show incredible strength. Their resilience in the face of such adversity is truly remarkable. Their stories are important. They need to be heard and understood by all of us. We need to acknowledge their fight and learn from their enduring spirit. What exactly is Pagpag? The word itself, in Tagalog, means to shake off. It refers to shaking off dirt or dust. In the context of food, it means leftover food, food that has been rescued from trash bins. This discarded food is collected by very poor people. For them, it is not simply garbage. It represents a chance for a meal, a chance to ease their hunger for a little while. It is a stark reality of survival. The food items found in Pagpag are usually meat. Often, it is leftover chicken from fast food restaurants. These could be pieces thrown away by customers, or food discarded by the restaurant at the end of the day. It might be bones with a little meat still clinging to them, or half-eaten burgers and fried chicken pieces. These scraps are carefully gathered. They are seen as valuable by those who have nothing. This is a difficult truth to comprehend. For many people reading this, the idea is shocking. How can anyone eat food from the trash? But for some Filipino families, Pagpag is a lifeline. It is a crucial source of sustenance. When there is no money for fresh food, when their stomachs are empty and aching, Pagpag becomes their only option. It is a desperate measure. Born out of extreme poverty and hunger, it is a meal of last resort. This practice highlights the grim choices faced by the urban poor. It is a meal they depend on, a symbol of their daily, relentless fight to survive. Pagpag is not a choice they make lightly. It is a choice forced upon them by circumstance. Understanding Pagpag means understanding the depths of their hardship. It is a window into a world of profound need, a world many of us never see. The collection of Pagpag is a difficult task. It is often done by people known as mambabachoy or magbabachoy. These are the Pagpag collectors. They make their way to garbage dumps, or they wait behind fast food restaurants and hotels. This is their daily work, their livelihood. They know the schedules of garbage trucks. They try to get there before the waste is taken away. Their timing is crucial. These collectors search through mountains of refuse. They usually work late at night, or in the very early hours of the morning, under the cover of darkness. They sift through all sorts of garbage, looking specifically for discarded food items, especially leftover meat, like chicken or pork. They must be quick and efficient. They face competition from other collectors. It is a race against time and hunger. They carry large sacks or plastic bags. These bags are used to store what they find. The work is incredibly dirty and dangerous. They are exposed to filth and sharp objects. They risk cuts and infections. The smell is overwhelming, but this is how they earn a small income, or how they find food for their own families. The need to survive pushes them forward. Despite the hazards involved in this work, once collected, the food scraps are sorted. Some of the collected Pagpag is kept for the collector's family. The rest is sold to small, local eateries or individuals. This is the very first stage in the long journey of Pagpag. From a restaurant's trash bin to the hands of a desperate family, it is a journey that speaks volumes. about poverty and food insecurity. Cleaning the Pagpag is an absolutely essential step. Remember, this food comes directly from trash bins. It is often covered in dirt, grime, and bacteria. It must be washed with great care. This stage is critical to reduce the risk of illness. Those who prepare Pagpag understand this. They try their best with limited resources. It is a painstaking process, done with the hope of making it safer. How is the cleaning done? First, the collectors or cooks Pagpag and the meat. They shake off any visible dirt or debris. This is where the name Pagpag originates. After this initial shaking, the meat is washed. It is rinsed with water, sometimes multiple times. They meticulously try to remove all traces of filth. Each piece is inspected and scrubbed. The goal is to make it as clean as possible, under very difficult circumstances. Often the meat is then boiled in water. This is done for a longer period. Boiling helps to clean it further. It can kill some of a large number of the harmful bacteria. However, a serious problem remains. The water used for washing and boiling might not be clean itself. In many slum areas, access to potable water is scarce. This unfortunate reality adds another layer of risk. They are aware of this limitation. This entire cleaning process is done by hand, usually in very basic conditions, with minimal tools and often unclean surroundings. The person cleaning the Pagpag does so with the knowledge of the dangers, but also with the pressing need to provide food. The aim is to transform these discards into something that can be eaten, something that can stave off hunger, at least for a little while longer. After the arduous cleaning process, the Pagpag is ready for cooking. Cooking serves several important purposes. It aims to make the food more palatable, and it also helps to kill more of the remaining germs. The methods of cooking Pagpag can vary, often depending on what other ingredients are available and what cooking facilities the family or seller possesses. Every bit of resourcefulness is employed. Some people prefer to fry the cleaned Pagpag meat. They might add a few cheap, readily available vegetables, perhaps some onions, garlic, or a simple sauce. Common ways to cook Pagpag include simmering it adobo style, which involves vinegar, soy sauce, and garlic. Another popular method is to cook it with a tomato-based sauce. They try to make the dish as flavorful as possible to make the difficult meal more acceptable. The aroma of cooking Pagpag often wafts through the narrow alleys in these impoverished communities. For the children waiting anxiously, it signals that a meal is coming. Even though it is Pagpag, it means their hunger will be eased, and it will fill their empty stomachs for a time. This scent is a mixture of hope and desperation, a familiar part of their daily existence. It is a smell of survival. Pagpag can also be bought already cooked. Small informal eateries or street vendors sell it, offering it at a very, very low price, making it accessible to the poorest of the poor. For some, cooking and selling Pagpag is a small business, a way to earn a meager income. For others, buying cooked Pagpag is their only option, a readily available cheap meal born from extreme need and systemic food waste. Let us listen to the voices of those who live this reality. Meet Arling Rosal. She is a mother of 4 young children. Her husband has no regular job. She often buys cooked Pagpag for her family. It costs only a few pesos per bag. It is all we can afford, she says softly. I pray to God every time that my children will not get sick from it. Her eyes show both worry and resilience. Then there is Manglito. He has been a Pagpag collector for over 10 years. He rises before dawn each day to search the garbage bins behind a row of restaurants. He sells most of what he finds to a local carinderia that specializes in Pagpag dishes. The small amount of money he earns helps him buy rice for his family, and sometimes medicine for his ailing mother. It's a hard life, he admits, but we have to survive. Consider the story of Nane Celia. She is known in her community for her Pagpag. She buys the raw, cleaned Pagpag from collectors, then cooks it carefully, adding her own spices. She insists she cleans it thoroughly. Her customers are her neighbors, also struggling financially. They tell her they trust her cooking. Nane Celia says she is helping them survive, and in doing so, she too manages to survive. It is a shared struggle. These are just a few glimpses into countless lives that are intertwined with Pagpag. Each story is a testament to human struggle against poverty. But it is also a story of incredible resilience, of resourcefulness, and the powerful will to live. even when faced with the most challenging circumstances. Their dignity shines through their hardship. We must acknowledge their courage and their plight. Eating pagpag is undeniably fraught with danger. Health experts and doctors strongly warn against its consumption. This food, sourced from garbage, is a breeding ground for harmful bacteria. It can contain pathogens like Salmonella and E. coli, as well as various toxins that can cause serious illness. The risks are very real and potentially life-threatening. This cannot be overstated. It is a gamble with health. Consuming contaminated pagpag can lead to numerous health problems. People who eat it frequently report suffering from diarrhea. Vomiting and severe stomach pains are also common. Food poisoning is a constant threat. For young children, the elderly, or those with weakened immune systems, the consequences can be even more severe. It can lead to dehydration, malnutrition complications, and in tragic cases, even death. While cleaning and cooking pagpag can reduce some risks, it may not be sufficient to eliminate all dangers. Some bacteria produce toxins that are heat-resistant, meaning they can survive even thorough boiling or frying. Furthermore, cross-contamination during preparation is a high risk, especially given the unsanitary conditions in which it is often handled. The safety of pagpag is always questionable. It is a persistent worry. Despite these well-documented health risks, people continue to eat pagpag. Why would anyone knowingly consume such dangerous food? The answer is simple, yet profoundly heartbreaking. They eat it because they are overwhelmingly hungry and because they feel they have no other viable choice. It is a desperate act of survival, when the pangs of hunger are just too strong to ignore. The immediate need for food outweighs the potential long-term health consequences. For countless families trapped in extreme poverty, hunger is a constant companion. It is a daily battle they face. They lack the money to buy fresh, nutritious food. Regular meals are a luxury far beyond their reach. In this desperate situation, pagpag emerges as an option because it is incredibly cheap. Sometimes it is even free if they collect it themselves. This affordability is its main draw. A small plastic bag of cooked pagpag can often feed an entire family for one meal. It might cost as little as 20 to 30 Philippine pesos. This is about half a US dollar. Compare this to the price of fresh chicken or meat, which is prohibitively expensive for these families. Pagpag, however risky, provides calories. It fills their empty stomachs, at least temporarily. It silences the cries of hungry children for a short while. Government assistance programs and charitable efforts exist, but they may not be enough to reach everyone, especially those living in the most marginalized communities. These families often fall through the cracks of social safety nets. They feel forgotten and voiceless. Pagpag becomes their own solution, a self-devised survival mechanism in a system that seems to offer them few alternatives. It's a testament to their struggle. Ultimately, it boils down to a terrible, agonizing choice. A choice between the certainty of hunger and the potential risk of illness from eating pagpag. When your children are malnourished and crying from starvation, any parent would do whatever it takes to provide some form of sustenance. They choose the risk of pagpag over watching their family starve. This is the grim reality they navigate every single day. The existence of pagpag is a stark symptom of two deeply interconnected global problems. These are extreme poverty and massive food waste. It is a cruel irony that so much edible food is thrown away every day by restaurants, supermarkets, hotels, and even individual households, while at the same time, millions of people go hungry. This discarded food, if managed properly, could potentially feed many in need. We all have a role to play in reducing food waste. It starts with conscious consumption. Plan your meals carefully before shopping. Buy only what you realistically need. Store your food properly to extend its freshness, and learn to use leftovers creatively. Do not discard food simply because it is near its expiry date or because it looks slightly imperfect. Think twice before you throw food into the bin. Every little bit helps. Beyond individual actions, we need systemic solutions. We must support food banks and charitable organizations, those that rescue surplus food and distribute it to the hungry. We need to advocate for stronger government policies aimed at alleviating poverty and ensuring food security. This includes creating more sustainable job opportunities so people can afford to buy safe, nutritious food for their families. Education on nutrition is also vital. The story of Pagpag is a painful reminder of the inequalities that persist in our world. It shows a system that is failing its most vulnerable members, but it also highlights incredible human resilience and the will to survive. Let us not turn away from this harsh reality. Instead, let it inspire us to act, to work together for a future where no one is forced to scavenge in trash just to find their next meal. A world without Pagpag.